presented by Once Human, available now for free on PC. Once Human places you in a post-apocalyptic world overrun with aberrant creatures inspired by the iconic works of H.P. Lovecraft. The seasonal renew is coming up, so to tell us all about it is none other than Global Marketing Manager at Starry Studio, it's Siqi Wan. Welcome.
Hi everyone, and hi Alan, it's great to be here, nice to meet you.
It's great to meet you too, thank you for joining us. So let's talk about Once Human. It's seen an active community since launch with a peak player number of over 200,000 players. What's the game's main draw and what would you like to say to the community?
First of all, we really want to say thank you to Once Human players for their continued love and support. Once Human couldn't have achieved such success without you. Within a month of launch, our Steam peak current users have exceeded 230k, becoming 5th on the Steam most played chart and 7th on the top seller chart in July. Our Discord community member has surpassed 650k, all of which have proven the love and enthusiasm of our players. So once again, thank you so much for your support. We'll continue to polish our Once Human to bring players an even better service and content. When it comes to what makes Once Human so popular, firstly, we try to provide a rich supernatural open-world survival experience. Lots of our players mentioned how much they love the unique world and monster design. Secondly, there's no pay-to-win monetization system, has also received praise from media and all of our players. The community is calling us the least pay-to-win free game in recent memory. Last but not least, we try our best to show respect and respond quickly to suggestions and feedbacks from players worldwide.
Well, yeah, actually being able to jump in myself, I can definitely give you guys some kudos on your monster design and world because it truly is something to behold. Now, Once Human features a unique seasonal system that differs pretty significantly from other MMOs. It has prompted some discussions among players, so could you please elaborate on how your system works?
So firstly, I want to differentiate the two concepts in the game, scenario and season. A scenario is a gameplay theme of a server, which means a combination of rules, game modes, and gaming content. We created this concept hoping to bring a richer gaming experience and different choices to our players. For example, the scenario we introduced after launch is a PvE scenario called Minibus and a PvP scenario called Evolution's Call. On the other hand, a season means the cycle and progress of a scenario. During each season, the in-game content may vary based on scenario you signed up for, and each scenario will be split into several phases based on their feature. As your server progresses and the time passes by, more in-game content will be unlocked. When the season comes to the final phase, which we called a settlement phase, you are offered a choice to sign up for a new scenario, or you could choose to stay until the settlement phase is over.
Now, some players have expressed concerns that this will be a seasonal wipe. Can you give us more details and break down how it works?
So first of all, seasonal wipe is an inaccurate saying. Scenario is a very important feature of Once Human. At the end of the scenario, players would come across what we call a seasonal renew. The seasonal renew process is not a wipe. After entering a scenario settlement phase, players will be given the opportunity to sign up for a new scenario and start a new adventure, where they will keep their original characters, appearance, rare currencies, long-term development content like blueprints, modules, and inheriting some of the material according to the new scenario material entry rules to aiding their character growth. We value the efforts players put into the game. Players will receive different rewards based on their performance in their previous scenario. These rewards can be carried over to the next scenario to help with their exploration.
So since this isn't a wipe, what content and progress will players be able to keep after the seasonal renew? Will they lose their house, rares, and paid items?
Again, we value the efforts and time players put into Once Human. Even when a scenario is over or when a player decided to exit a scenario halfway, they can take away the rewards and except for some extremely rare cases and items specifically related to scenario and thematics. However, to ensure that each scenario offers a complete gaming experience and allow all players to enjoy the gaming regardless of their progress, there are some things that players could carry over, like character nickname, body shape, appearance, friend relationship, rare currencies like Christian, Starcrom, Mythical's Mark, etc., long-term development items like equipment blueprints, fragments, weapon accessories, modules, recipes, cosmetics, territory house blueprints, furniture formula, and furniture except those unlocked by the mimetic specialization. Last, main and side quest progress. Players can fast experience the completed quests in the simplified version and get rewards in the new adventure. Also, there are items that will be transferred to the Eternal Land. After the beginning of the new scenario adventure, players can carry some of the previous resources from Eternal Land into the new season to assist in the growth and development, like crafted gear, weapons, regular resources like materials, medicines, armors, deviation, collaboration, blueprints. In addition to the item above, due to the special nature of the scenario feature and game balance consideration, some of the game data will not be inherited to the next season. These include items strongly related to the gameplay mechanism of the previous scenario, like Echo Stone in the Minibus scenario, special items created through mimetic specialization like Solar Drill, character level experience, map exploration progress, etc.
So why does Once Human have this seasonal renew?
First, we want to provide players with a more immersive and richer gaming experience. Once Human offers different kinds of scenarios with different gaming content, rules of winning, and pacing of growth. We hope that by setting a play period, players will be able to fully immerse themselves in the backstory of the scenario. For example, in one of our current PvE scenario, the world will change the season stage and unlocked over time, which allow players to be more immersed in the urgency of Minibus storyline. Furthermore, when a player finishes their adventure in a scenario, they can choose what they want to play next, instead of being stuck in an unchanged world. Secondly, the mechanism world facilitates co-play between old and new players. The periodical reset of some content like level is more conducive to allow players to with different game progress and experience to play together. When a veteran player and his newcomer friends want to play together in the game, they can sign up for the same scenario and start their adventure together. Although veteran players could have some adventures in the collection progress and diversity of some long-term development items, it would not be difficult for old and new players to play together because of the huge difference in progress and ability as it in traditional MMORPG. Third, it could create a fairer gaming environment. With seasonal renew, we could also avoid the problem of inflation and veteran players dominating the game as happens in some traditional MMOs. We want to create a fair gaming environment in the long run for all of our players.
Well, that's great to hear that you're putting new players very much top of mind, because sometimes that's something that's very jarring to go into as a new player to an MMO that's been around for a while. It's like, oh my god, everyone's so over-leveled. So it's great to hear that you guys are really focusing on that new player base and wanting more people to come into the world of Once Human. Now, will every season last for 6 weeks before the seasonal renew happens?
So first of all, the length of season varies depending on the setting of the scenario, and it's not a fixed 6 weeks. As I've mentioned, a scenario means a combination of rules, game mods, and gaming content. With different scenario comes different lengths of season. It could be 6 weeks, 10 weeks, or even longer. Meanwhile, at the final phase of the season, there will be a settlement phase, in which players could choose to stay in the same scenario for as long as 4 weeks to finish the exploration, combat, or they could choose to sign up to enter another scenario in a different server right away. In this case, players could invite friends from the same different server to join the same new scenario and play together. The length of current 2 scenario Minibus and Evolutions call include a 6-week main phase and 4-week settlement phase. After the main phase, the settlement phase of the season ends, the server will be closed. If you haven't decided which new scenario to join by then, your character will return to Eternal Land with their items and progress carried over, as we introduced earlier. And you could continue playing and sign up for a new scenario at any time. The season length is a comprehensive decision based on the content of the scenarios and pace of the player's experience of the scenario. And we will further optimize it based on the player's feedback on different scenarios in the course of the operation. Please do not hesitate to share your idea with us through the official Discord.
All right, so the first season lasts for 6 to 10 weeks, which means the second season is coming soon? Can you give us any details about the new season, the new scenarios?
Absolutely. We actually will have a major update this week with the following content: new animal captures and taming gameplay, new Ancient One gameplay, a redesign of the fishing system, new events about vehicle driving which allows you to explore this massive open world, and deviant card collection events. In September and October, we will be introduced 2 brand new scenarios, including the Faction Battle PvP scenario in September and the new Temperature Survival PvE scenario in October. Other than that, we were also working on the ultimate PvP scenarios with longer season cycle and permanent scenario, and they will all be available in the future. Please stay tuned.
Siqi, thank you so much for joining me to chat through the future of Once Human.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you for having me today. To all of our players worldwide for Once Human, if you want to know more about our upcoming content, please follow us on the social media and official Discord. Stay tuned for the future updates.
Once Human is available right now on PC, and you can look forward to the brand new update on August 15th. Thanks for watching, and for all things Once Human, keep it locked to IGN.